Money and the Stoics. The great philosopher Epicurus once wrote, "It is not poverty to want little. It is rather greed to desire much." So in this episode of The Obstacle is the Way, we're going to talk about money and what the Stoics had to say about it. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we love to explore ancient philosophy and history to help you live a better life today. Hit subscribe if that sounds good to you. I recently reread the relevant passages from Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and others about money and wealth and riches, and was struck by how they were so willing to talk about it. The Stoics weren't ascetics who rejected the pleasures of life or thought that wealth was evil. They understood that money was something everybody wanted, and that therefore it was worthy of discussion and debate. In fact, there are many fine things that money can get us, like food, like shelter, like education. And the Stoics never condemned wanting those things. They condemned was the way that most people pursue money. So let us look at some of the ways that we can have money without having those negative side effects. The first way is the way that Diogenes Laertius describes it, that you must earn your money. He writes, "Wealth, according to Diogenes, is not merely having a lot of money, but having earned it by one's own efforts." Now this might sound obvious, but if we think about all the different ways people acquire wealth, it's actually pretty shocking how often people cheat or steal or trick or scam or coerce others into giving them money. There's embezzlement, tax evasion, insider trading, theft, robbery, fraud, bribery. We know that these things exist because the Stoics mention them. They write about the corrupt rich and their grasping greed. But I do and think they ever imagined that one day the rich would become so brazen about their corruption that they deflaunt it on social media, which is why we have laws against white-collar crime, which is why we need regulation, why we need accountability. But honestly, I don't think these rules are enough. I think the only real solution to this problem is to be a good person. Because how many times has somebody gone to jail for cooking the books or lying on their taxes or stealing from their employer, and then come out of jail and immediately started doing the exact same thing again? The only way to prevent this is to build in safeguards at the character level, which is really hard, but which is necessary if we want to do business with other human beings. And yes, that means you can't make billions of dollars by misleading investors. I'm looking at you, Bernie Madoff. In fact, I think we can take Diogenes' definition even further than he took it himself. I think you shouldn't just earn your money. You should earn the right to have it. You should earn the respect to be trusted with it. And that involves being trustworthy yourself. You couldn't expect other people to trust you with money if you couldn't be trusted with your own. That's why it's so important to pay yourself first, to save money before you spend it, to resist the impulse to buy something that you don't need. That's how you build the habit of earning the right to have money, of being a person worthy of trust. It takes discipline and patience, but that's how you get those things, not by getting lucky or getting rich quick. Next, we have to make sure that our money doesn't corrupt us. Seneca writes, "Wealth does not bring happiness, but it increases the capacity for its absence." That seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? How could that be? But think about it. If you've never had any money, and then suddenly you have a lot, you'll be happy at first, of course, because now you can get the things that you want. But very soon, you'll find that what you really want is more of those things. And so you'll keep buying more and bigger and better things. And you'll find yourself spending more and more money, always chasing the next high, and you'll never be satisfied. But if you're already happy and you've got everything you need, and then you gain some wealth, then you won't need to change your lifestyle. You won't need to buy new things. You'll be able to donate some to people who are less fortunate. You'll be able to enjoy the freedom of not needing money anymore, which leads to the kind of quiet, steady, deep happiness that comes from within, not from without. This is one of the reasons the Stoics advocate for a simple life. The idea that you shouldn't accumulate more and more stuff. It's not because they think you shouldn't enjoy nice things. It's not because they think you shouldn't have a comfortable life. It's because they know that it's your relationship to those things that really matters. And if you keep accumulating more and more things, eventually you'll lose control over those things. You'll become their slave instead of their master. And then they'll own you, not the other way around. Finally, we have to make sure that we use our wealth to benefit others. Marcus Aurelius writes, "Wealth and power and honors. These are the things that, among other good things, you can use to help your fellow citizens, and you should regard these as the highest of the things that are in your control." Here we see that the Stoics aren't against wealth itself, but they are against wealth that's used for the wrong purposes. The purpose of wealth, according to them, is to allow you to do good things for other people. It's an instrument, not an end in itself. If you view wealth this way, then you can stop worrying about losing it, because you've done all you can while you've had it. And when it's gone, it's gone. You've spent it helping other people. That's the right thing to do. It's how you should think about it. You can also think of wealth as a kind of loan that you're given temporarily, like Epicurus says. Money is like a loan. You should consider what we will return on the interest. How will you use this money to make money for the world? Or as Publilius Syrus puts it, money is not made for hoarding, but for spending. You didn't earn this money to keep it. You earned it to use it, to put it back into the world in the form of salaries for workers or investments in the marketplace or donations to people in need. You're meant to circulate it, move it around, make it grow. And when you do that, you're playing your part in the economy, and that makes you, according to the Stoics, a good citizen. So those are 3 ways that you can have money without having those negative side effects. Earn it, enjoy it, use it. No, of course. It's not easy to do these things, especially all of them at once. But if you keep them in mind as goals, as ideals to strive for, then I think you're off to a good start. Speaking of a good start, speaking of earning money, of using money well, that's exactly what with Mento. You can learn the skills you need to advance in your career and launch a successful business all from the comfort of your phone or your laptop. And Mento has thousands of lessons on literally every topic you can imagine, like how to write better, how to be more persuasive, how to negotiate, how to manage people. The quality of the classes is exceptional. I've taken several myself. They're taught by experienced teachers, many of whom are PhDs or industry professionals. And the best thing about it is that it's a lifetime subscription. So once you sign up, you have access to all the classes forever. If you enjoyed this episode, I think you'll enjoy the episode on Marcus Aurelius' 8 Rules for Money. If you enjoyed the episode, please hit subscribe. We'd love to have you here. And until next time, obstacle is the way.